the book of Jeremiah 28:8. And it reads, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. First and foremost, before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises that's due to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakakwadash. I want to say next double honors to the elder bishops, elder apostles, and the men on down at GMS that do well. Shalom to you, beloved Akim, and shalom to you, few sincere sisters, okay? Jeremiah 28:8, one more time, and it reads, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. Okay, so quick lesson. I don't want this lesson be edifying to the hopeful elect, all right, or somebody that's out there that stumbled across my videos. The prophets that have been before me and thee of old prophesy against countries and great kingdoms of war, pestilence, and of evil. Okay, so if the modern day prophets is not telling you what is coming down the pipe, they're not a prophet, man. If they're not telling you what's coming down the pipe, okay, if they're not prophesying against the wicked kingdoms that's at work, okay, the main one being Babylon the Great, United States of America, okay, they're not a prophet, okay. They're not warning you to what's coming down the pipe, all right. So I just wanted to bring that out, and this is what a prophet will be doing right now, okay. Whenever you see the men on the highways and hedges, that's prophesying against the Mount Seir, which is Basra, which is modern day Egypt, which is United States of America, all right? They're not a prophet. It's just that simple, okay? Anybody preaching to you a feel-good message, it's a false prophet, man, okay? It's just that simple, okay? Prophets, as we just read in Jeremiah, okay, prophets is telling you what the hell is coming down the pipe, and it's usually just not a good thing, okay? But before the fall of any kingdom, the Lord raised up his prophets, and he sent them. It's been happening like that since the beginning, and this is what's happening now. All right, let's go ahead and get this. And I hope that this is edifying and exhortating one more time to the hopeful elect. All right, this is the book of Habakkuk 2 and 2. And it reads, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. Okay, so we're supposed to be making this thing plain upon tables. Okay, we bring out the truth, we bring out the scriptures, and we make it plain upon tables. Okay, we break it down to the point where even a 10-year-old could get it. And the elect, it's not going to take much convincing to convince the elect of that this truth is the truth. Okay, anybody who can't receive it, they was predestinated not to receive it, and it's a divine blockage, okay, because it's not rocket science, okay. What's happening, okay? If you read the scriptures and line it up with everything that's going on the earth, okay, and everything that's happened on the earth thus far, okay, it's plain upon tables that this truth is 144% truth. All right, now let me go ahead and get this. So yeah, we make it plain upon tables, man. Okay, we break it down. We don't sell this truth. We don't ask for tithes. If you want to tithe, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with supporting the ministry and supporting the Lord's men. Okay, but we're not inquiring that you tithe or pay. We giving you this truth for free. Okay, you can come and get this truth for free. All right, listen, we are to buy the word and sell it not. All right. Again, if you want to give tithes, you can. There's nothing wrong with it, but you're not required to, and it's all good. Okay, because we're gonna bring you this truth and give it to you and make it plain upon tables to you. Okay, and as we do it for free. Now, what I want. This is the book of Revelation 19. Salakia, Revelation 19:10, and it reads, and I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, see though, do it not. In other words, don't do that. All right, continuing on. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. Worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. Okay, so if they're not, again, okay, whoever who claim to be a men of the Lord, if they're not telling you what's coming down the pipe before it happened, they're not a prophet, okay? Because the spirit of the Messiah is the spirit of prophecy, okay? And we just read it, okay? And we literally just read it, all right? That's the spirit of the Lord. That's the spirit of the Messiah, okay? To prophesy and to tell you what's coming down the pipe before it happens, all right? Now, let me go here, all right? Let me go here. We're supposed to break this truth down, okay? The true understanding of the scriptures is going out. The warnings is going out, all right? And for anybody who can't receive it, listen, that's just the Lord blinding you, because it's not rocket science. And if you're mocking at it, you scoffing at it, you just marked to get knocked off by the Heavenly Father. And it's only a matter of time before he do it, all right? This is the book of Ezekiel 35:2, and it reads, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir. What's the modern day Mount Seir? Babylon the Great, a.k.a. United Snakes of America, okay? Or just Esau, Edom, okay? Because Mount Seir is now a people before a place. Same thing with Jerusalem, same thing with Israel, same thing with Jacob, okay? Yeah, and all that. Yeah, it's a people before a place. Now, yeah, that's what we are to do. So if they're not prophesying again against Mount Seir, as the Lord commanded us to do, they're not a prophet. They're not a servant of the Lord. They're not a servant of the Messiah, man. Okay, because we're supposed to be prophesying against great kingdoms, countries of war, evil, pestilence, and everything that's to come down the line and to come down the pipe. We're supposed to bring it out, okay, and make it plain upon tables. That's what we're doing. All right. So again, if they're not doing that, they are a false prophet, man. It's just that simple. And this is how you should be able to use your spirit, okay, and your discernment to discern who is a real servant of this Messiah and who ain't, all right? Because they're not prophesying against the wicked kingdoms, okay? If they're not prophesying against Babylon the Great, and they're not bringing out the judgments of the heathenistic nations on top of the main heathen, which is Esau, Edom, they're not a prophet, okay? They're not a servant of the Lord, man. It's just that simple. All right. What do I want next? Let me go here. Salakia family, bear with me. Let me get this. I just wanted to bring out some edification on what a prophet should be doing, okay, and what a servant of the Lord would be doing, all right? A sincere servant of the Lord, all right? This is Jeremiah 51:9, and it reads, We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go, everyone into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. Okay, so Babylon the Great, okay, United States of America, there is no saving this place. It was built off the blood, sweat, and tears, and the hard physical labor, okay, of the Israelites, man. Okay, it's got too much blood. You know how much blood of our ancestors is in the grass, on the trees, on the concrete, everywhere. There is no saving this place. The Lord did not forget about that. We just read, the sins have reached onto heaven. The Lord is not going to let all that slide. Doesn't matter how much it may seem as if they got away with it. Listen, and most of our people may have forgot it, but we ain't forgot it. And most importantly, the Heavenly Father didn't forget it. All right? So there is no saving Babylon. There's no saving this place. Okay? Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Okay? And listen, we here for a short time, not a long time. All right? So that American dream shit, listen. This that's out. That's out. Okay? Put all that behind you. Put all that behind you and completely renew your mind at this point. Okay? Because it's only going to get worse from this point on. All right? We only got a few end time prophecies left before the Lord really start turning up and showing out on this place, all right? He's already starting to do it. As we can see, the economy is crashing. People is crashing out, okay? People getting rounded up. This place is divided. Sedition amongst men. Uproars with the people. Listen, it's only going to get worse. Now listen, here we go. This is the book of Jeremiah 50:14, and it reads, Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow. Shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she have sinned against the Lord. There you go, man. There you go. The Lord said, put yourselves in array against Babylon. Who are you talking to? the other countries, the other nations, okay? Because best believe all the smoke that's brewing up, okay, with China, Korea, Russia, and just, yeah, those other heathenistic countries, man, and nations, you best believe they're rising up, and they're strong now. They're going to come together. The Lord's going to put the spirit on these nations to turn up against this place. And what they're going to do, they're going to surround this place, around about, and shoot those ICBMs off at this place. And this is what's going to happen, okay? All the smoke that's brewing up, all the shit that Trump is doing, okay, and all the G side they're involved in over there in the Holy Land and all that. Listen, man, all hell is going to be breaking loose and it's going to be coming for Babylon the Great. There's nothing good to come here. Now let me go ahead and grab this. I'm only going to grab a couple more and shut this thing down. All right, I just wanted to bring out a little edification on what a true servant of the Lord will be doing. Okay, and just some more faith of Babylon the Great. All right, this is Psalms 60 and 8, and it reads, Moab is my washpot, over Edom will I cast out my shoe. Philistia triumph though because of me. Okay, so Moab is the Moabites. Okay, the Asians. Okay, the Koreans, the Asians. That's Moab. Okay, and listen, they're concocting a plan. Listen, they got thermonuclear capability now too, and so do the Medes. Okay, Gog. Okay, which is Russia. Okay, the big bear. And once they get involved, and they're going to conspire together, and they're going to team up, man. Okay, and as the scriptures say, the weak is going to come together and say, I am strong now. And they're going to just blast off those ICBMs off, okay, on Babylon the Great, man, all right? Okay, we just read Moab is the Lord's washpot. He's going to cast them out over Edom, okay? So best believe they're going to come up against, eventually, okay? They're going to come up against Babylon the Great, okay? Because you already see the smoke. We already see the shit brewing up, okay? With North Korea, China, Russia, and all the other adversaries of Babylon the Great, man. Listen, there is no peace for the wicked, okay? Esau, Edom is wicked as shit, all right? He's always been wicked, and all he care about is power, blood, and just more and more power, man. He wants to play the position of the Most High. He think he is him. He has a God complex, okay? So, yeah, he's going to continue to just cause hell on earth, man, and just try to get more and more power over people and over people's nations, and everybody just eventually they're going to get tired of that shit, and they're going to come up against Babylon the Great, and the Lord is going to put the spirit on them to do just that. All right? So it's only a matter of time. It's brewing up. It's happening. Okay, we can see it. Okay, it's happening. If you can't see it, I don't know what the hell to tell you, man. Okay, you're just gonna perish in your ignorance. You're gonna perish in your ignorance. All right, here we go. This is the book of 2nd Esdras, 15 and 10, and it reads, Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. So there you go, man. So the Lord is going to not allow his elect to suffer no more in the land of Egypt, which is modern day Babylon the Great, which is United States of America, which is also known as, which is spiritually known as Sodom. Okay, so that's what's going to be happening. There's nothing good to come. So I just wanted to bring out more edification on what a true servant of the Lord will be doing in these last days, and so just a little bit more judgment on Babylon the Great. So I hope that this was edifying and exhortating. I'm gonna close out and give all praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Hey, shalom to the next one. Shalom.